How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious, and welcome to a Watcher of Realms video I am supremely excited to make. You may tell from my sunny disposition, I'm freaking amped up. I am pumped. So what are we talking about? Yesterday, hidden away in the Dev Insights, we got an enormous piece of news in this game, and it is the answer to a question drum I have been beating for literally 18 months. I'm not exaggerating. And it's all about the summon rates. The rates for specific heroes in Watcher of Realms. I have done a lot of studies to prove they are uneven, and I've made a lot of calls to Moonton to please make them public down to the percentage for each heroes. The community's done a great job of rallying behind that. I don't think it was a huge ask to expect people to get behind that, because who doesn't want transparency? And boy, oh boy, it really seems like it is coming. So why are we here in the summoning portal? Because we're talking all about rates, baby. We're talking all about rates. So how long have I wanted this to frickin' happen? I want to just show this to you guys. So if you go to my channel here, Fastidious_GG on YouTube, and the channel you're watching right now, if you're not yet subscribed, please consider doing that. Click the all notifications bell as well. Support the channel. It's 100% free, and boy, does it help me a lot. We are almost at 25,000 subscribers, guys. That is no joke. However, I'm not here just to tell you to blah, 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 blah. Also, check out my other channel. We just hit 12,000 subscribers. Kind of insane. Check it out. However, go to videos. You go here, just search rates, and you can kind of take a trip down memory lane. I've been covering Watcher Realms for 19 months, right? That is a long-ass time. I think the technical term is a long-ass time, and this goes way back, right? Legendary hero rates plus ancient gear drops. This was a crazy study we did proving, at the time, Silas was a 3% chance plus. If you pulled a legendary hero, it'd be Silas, as opposed to less than a percentage point for Hotsit over here. Salazar a bit higher. They actually nerfed Silas's rates shortly thereafter. Silas and Comet got put in the rare bucket. But you can see it just goes on and on and on. So 15x is not what you think. We need you. The rates are rigged. I think that was the first one I ever did. I'm going to show you that over here. And it just goes, I've done it with gear rates. It's just been forever. Case closed, rates are rigged. We accounted for hundreds of thousands of summons. With the legendary study, we counted for like 2.3 million summons. I mean, it just goes and goes and goes. I need you again, rigged rates. I'm warning you about how 10x's work. We need more data. Just on and on. Yup, the rates are rigged. There's beautiful Seamus, the hug monster over there. You get it. You get it. We've been doing this forever. You can really go to any of these videos. You'll see the forums I've put out a million times. You'll see all the data we've collected in sheets and any final study. And it's something I've been very passionate about, because I want honesty. I want transparency. I want people to know exactly what they're getting into before they invest all the resources they saved or invest all the real life resources they've saved. And, I want people making educated decisions and really being in the loop. Information is power. So very quickly, because you might be wondering, didn't you recently do a study, Fastidious? Yeah, I frickin' did, on the Gear Rate 3 drop data, and we have just finished the presentation. Here's the tidy numbers just for 21. Here's the tidy numbers for everything. I will have the video on this coming out tomorrow. So we finished the study about a month ago. We do have a Gear Rate 3 Oracle's Trial live right now, so I think it lines up well. I think, to be honest, the rates are exactly what I expected, but obviously I'm a little more in tune with what they should be than you guys, because I've gone through all this data, all the game file data back when it's public. But at the very least, it's very interesting, and a few things are very conclusive. I'll tell you right off the bat, getting a demon soldier you want, if it's not one of the couple common demon soldiers, is nigh impossible. Ask any endgame player. Anecdotally, they know it. We now have the Gear Aid 3 data to prove it. Obviously, it's going to be the same Gear Aid to Gear Aid. So let's go back to reality here. They are making the rates public. You can see here, I've been asking forever. I think this was the first one or one of the first ones. The rates are a lie. September 25th, year of our Lord, 2023. Here's an update. You can see September 30th. We've been going forever, a year and a half plus, 19 months. The first time I broached this in streams and stuff was the beginning of September 2023. So let's get to it. What's happening? Well, if you don't know, if you're not a member of the official Discord, definitely consider doing it, because there's lots of good information here. At the very least, consider joining my Discord, which, sorry for one more plug, but I mentioned people should join it because we've got good news and like up-to-date stuff. 800 new members over the past 3 days. So thank you guys. We passed 7,500. We were at about 6,700 when I mentioned it a couple days ago. However, the official Watcher Realms Discord, pretty consistently and pretty unique for a lot of games, they do these dev insights where they take from you guys, player questions, and then they answer them. So many of the answers are nothing, like fluffy political speak, nothing. But occasionally you find a huge nugget. There's actually one nugget in this as well regarding that W Gold fiasco. That's the other thing. I've also died on that hill. I've bothered them about it so many times behind the scenes. We do have an answer about that. I'm going to cover that in a video tomorrow. However, I'm not going to make you read the whole thing. Go to question 19. Kind of a weird, not a weird, but an all over the place question. I'll zoom in a bit if anyone wants to pause and read it. I'm not going to read it all to you now. They just touch on a couple things. Stop devaluing good ideas. We want clarity and coherence and descriptions. We want details of drop rate, so on and so on. It's a sassy, it's a kind of a, there's some angst in this post, but a very, very nice points brought up, and we got a crazy answer. Thank you for your feedback. We will improve the gear recommendation system in the upcoming versions. The drop rates of individual heroes will be made public. So I heard about this behind the scenes a couple weeks ago, but it just seemed like it was out there. They're now saying in the upcoming versions, they can't make a claim like this if it's not coming within like 1 or 2 updates. I don't see how it couldn't. There's no work to be done. These are known rates. We know it from back when the game file was accessible. It's all listed right there with definitive hero weights. Add up the total weight of a specific hero pool, divide the specific hero by that total weight. There is your specific hero rate. They already have it. It is just text. It just needs to be shared in the game. I see no reason we can't expect this within 2 months. Frankly, if it's not here within 2 months, I think we can make a big old fuss. I really do. And here's my word, my promise to you guys, I will. So if by mid-May, these are not public, I will throw a little fit. Occasionally I can be bitch fastidious, maybe more than occasionally, depends who you ask. But I feel like whether you feel like they've owed this to us for a while or not, now that they've said it, it's coming. Clarity and coherence is coming, and drop rates of individual heroes will be made public. There it is, plain as day. This is an official dev Q&A. I expect it sooner rather than later. So how do I think this is going to look, and why do I think this frickin' matters? Because you might be saying, hey, the rates are the rates, right? Well, first off, let me tell you, I do believe they flattened the rates about 3 or 4 months ago, meaning I do think it's equal rates for all heroes within a rarity class. Nevertheless, I should say, for the vast majority of the existence of this game, and really the vast majority if you count Beta and Forerunner, it has stated and very much implied there was an even distribution of rates. There were flattened rates among a rarity class, and time again, we proved it to be false. Through my many studies, millions and millions of summons counted, and then, of course, from when we had access to the game file. There are hero buckets. So what do I mean? Heroes have different weights. So a good way to see that is to go to my website, The Fast and Fastidious, and I don't think this will be a thing anymore because I do believe they flattened it, and I'm excited for them to tell us and make it public. But you can go over here to Tools. You can go to the nascent calculator, nascent banner calculator, and you'll see here's the base weight is just 1, and that is the rare legendary lords. These are for normal summons. You can see Morrigan and Leia have a weight of 1. Hotset has a weight of 1.3. These are probabilistic weights. All you need to know is that the chances correspond to that. Then the normal lords are 1.5, so they're 1.5 times more likely to be pulled than the rare lords. Then we have our rare bucket, 2.75, and then the key thing, right? Ignore this links thing, that's a typo, but 704, that for the longest time, that has been the common bucket rate, or the common bucket weight that results in the corresponding rate. Sorry, weight and rate, hard to say. The long story short, it's always been about 2.5 times more common to pull one of these BS guys than to pull one of these good guys. So they're making it transparent. I do believe they flattened it. So what it is whatever it is, the 63 normal legendaries, not counting lords, divide your chance to get them, which is 0.046 on a non-2x. Let me double check that. 0.046 here, divide that by 63 or whatever it is, and 63, 66, whatever it is now. And that's what it should be. It implies that's what it is, but for the longest time, it wasn't even close to that. A hero like Hotset was at a rate of 0.75 when you had common bucket legendaries at rates of over 3%, meaning it was 4 times more likely to pull a Kai or an Abomination or an Allura, any of those guys, than it was to pull a Hotset. Hotset was in this ultra rare bucket that Boreas was briefly into. I don't need to take you down memory lane. TLDR, TLDW, if you don't want to watch the video. What can I say, man? They're committing to transparency. I think this is such a huge win for the community. I'm not trying to take credit for it or anything, but this is obviously something I care about, and I'm thrilled that it's happening. Let me know, guys. So, like, do you think I'm making too much of a fuss about it, or is this huge news? I love it. I feel like it opens the door to transparency everywhere. So, again, I don't have to do a Gear Aid 3 study that me and Seamus organize and then synthesize the numbers for and, you know, analyze all the data. That could just be there. You know what the chance to get an ancient is on 319 versus 321 or 119 versus 121 or Gear Dungeon 3 to get a variant, Gear Dungeon 1 stage 3 to get a variant versus Gear Dungeon 1 stage 9. I mean, that I just think it's important. So to conclude, I want to talk about why I think it's important. I think some people say like, hey, the rates are the rates. Why do you care? I just think it's so good for a healthy mindset for a player. Maybe I get too obsessed with probabilities and statistics and numbers and this and that, but I know personally, I get a lot of peace of mind just knowing what to expect. And if there's an implication something is even when it's strictly uneven, it's in contrast with the baseline expectation. So you're expecting it to be fair and even, which to be fair, maybe we should never expect that in video games or games like this or maybe life in general, but you have that expectation and then you don't see the data to show or the disclosure of rates and data and numbers and probabilities to show that actually that expectation was way off. And for the longest time, it was like that. And I have to go through, you know, endless comments. I mean, how many comments do you think I've gotten on my 1,100 videos over the past year and a half about this? I mean, it's endless, right? And people complaining, I can't believe I was this unlucky, this bad, blah, 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 blah. And I really think knowing what the truth is helps people set their expectations properly, have a healthier relationship with the game, and frankly, what it all comes down to, have more fun. And I think not knowing, I think the obscurity, I think the opaqueness has taken away from the fun in the game in certain aspects, certainly for me, and I think for a lot of people. So let me know, guys, am I making a mountain out of a molehill, or do you agree that frickin' we have been due and it's coming and we should be thrilled like I'm thrilled? I'm thrilled, baby. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe, share with your mother. I've been Fastidious, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.